Time, it slipped through his fingers like sand, each grain a memory, a loss, a regret. Elias, a master of elements and secrets, had watched the world he loved fade away. He had lost more than most men could bear, and in the quiet of his candle-lit study, surrounded by the wisdom of ages, he swore an oath to the flickering flame. He would never lose again. He would conquer time itself. His nights became a frantic search through forgotten lore. He pored over crumbling scrolls and ancient books, his fingers tracing lines of forgotten languages, his mind a whirlwind of arcane symbols and complex formulas. He wasn't just seeking knowledge, he was hunting for a lifeline, a way to anchor himself against the relentless current of mortality. The ticking of the grandfather clock in the hall was no longer a measure of moments passing, but a taunt, a countdown to his own inevitable end. Then, one stormy night, tucked away in the corner of an ancient, brittle scroll, he found it. A symbol he'd only seen in whispers and dismissed as myth. It pulsed with a faint, inner light, a key to a lock he thought was unbreakable, the Elixir of Life. To others, it was a fairy tale, a fool's errand. But to Elias, staring at the glowing sigil with trembling hands, it was not a myth. It was a hidden truth, a promise whispered across centuries, a map waiting to be followed. His quest had a name. With newfound purpose burning in his heart, he packed a small leather satchel. He left behind the warm, dusty comfort of his study, the world he knew, the silent ghosts of his past. He stepped out into the cold, unforgiving world, a crumbling map clutched in his hand. He was chasing shadows across forgotten lands, through treacherous mountain passes where the wind howled like a mournful spirit. Every step was a gamble, every sunrise a small victory. He journeyed not for glory or riches, but with the desperate hope that an eternity of days might finally silence the grief that echoed in his soul. His journey took him through landscapes, both beautiful and terrifying. He navigated dense, whispering forests where the trees seemed to watch his every move, crossed vast, sun-scorched deserts that tested his endurance, and sailed over storm-tossed seas that threatened to swallow him whole. He met strange wanderers who shared cryptic advice and faced guardians of ancient places who tested his resolve and his worthiness. Each challenge stripped away a layer of his old self, forging him into someone harder, more focused, more obsessed. The world was a crucible, and the prize was forever. After what felt like a lifetime of searching, the map led him to a fissure in the earth, a dark moor hidden behind a waterfall that cascaded like a silver curtain. The air grew cold, humming with an energy that made the hairs on his arms stand up. Inside a cave older than memory, where glowing blue stones cast an ethereal light on walls covered in primordial crystals, he found it. Resting on a natural stone pedestal, as if waiting just for him, was a single glass vial. It pulsed with a soft, liquid light, a captured star. Life, bottled, eternity, offered, awestruck, his breath caught in his throat. Everything he had sacrificed, every hardship he had endured, had led to this single, perfect moment. But as his hand, weathered and scarred from his long journey, closed around the vial, a voice echoed in the profound silence of the cave. It wasn't loud, but it resonated within his very bones, clear and ancient. To gain forever, it whispered, you must give up what makes life worth counting. An apparition of light, a formless, ancient spirit, materialized behind him. In its presence, the awe in Elias's eyes turned to sudden, chilling fear. The weight of the vial in his hand suddenly felt immense, not with the promise of life, but with the burden of a terrible price. The spirit's words unlocked a vision within his mind. He saw himself standing unchanged as centuries wheeled by. He saw empires rise from the dust and crumble back into it. He saw the faces of friends, of loved ones he might one day meet, grow old and wither while he remained the same. He saw the warmth of shared laughter, the comfort of a gentle touch, the bittersweet beauty of a final goodbye, all becoming distant memories, echoes in a vast, lonely existence. He would outlive love, outlive joy, outlive meaning itself. He looked into a reflective pool on the cave floor and saw his own face, trapped in an endless, solitary present, as the entire world around him became a blur of fleeting moments. Immortality wasn't a gift, it was a cage. With a clarity that was both heartbreaking and liberating, he understood. The true elixir wasn't a potion to be drunk, but a perspective to be gained. The secret wasn't how to live forever, but how to live at all. The moments he had mourned, the very finitude that had driven him on this desperate quest, were the same things that gave life its shape, its color, its profound and aching beauty. A single, shared smile was worth more than 1,000 years of solitude. With tears of sorrow and relief tracing paths down his dusty cheeks, he gently placed the glowing vial back on its stone pedestal. A profound peace settled over him. He left the vial and walked away. He walked out of the ancient cave, back through the silver curtain of the waterfall, and into the brilliant, warm sunlight of a new day. He wasn't walking away because he didn't want forever. He was walking away because he finally, truly understood the infinite value of now. His quest was over, not in failure, but in the discovery of a much greater treasure. Eternity is not found in days unending, but in the moments we choose to live fully. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you enjoy stories that explore the deeper questions of life, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. We have many more tales to share with you. Until next time, live fully.